My name is Agribusiness, CEO of Marvelfarmsagroallied product. I'm a full-time farmer. Anything that has to do with agriculture, you always find me there. Trust me, there are many opportunities out there. We sell agro machineries. We have a smokehouse. We have a smoked fish exports, actually. After I did a lot of maths, I figured what worked best for me was plantain. When it comes to plantain farming, there's a lot of money. You can make money from selling the leaves. Even the plantain stalk, after harvesting, some people buy it. They use it for feed. You sell your suckers and you make money.
Today we are here with the CEO of Marvel Farms. He quit his job a few years ago to pursue his passion for agribusiness, and that bold step has given birth to what you see here today.
So you actually quit your job to become a farmer?
Yeah. So I just wanted something of my own. That was why I quit the job, because I knew salary was not going to continue forever.
Despite facing many challenges and setbacks along the way, he didn't let that stop him, because he knows that in business, the obstacles are part of the journey, and only those who keep pushing eventually reap the rewards.
Yeah, every farmer has a story. I started with plantain then, that was 2020. The villagers raced down the farm the first time. Then the second time, I said, I'm not doing plantain again, because I realized my mistake. I didn't have money for irrigation. I was still a student back then, I think in my 300 level. Then I decided to opt for cassava and maize. The second time, the villagers raced the farm down again.
For him, agriculture is not just business, it is legacy. And today, we are telling his story right here on the Legacy series.
In today's video, we are out here to meet the CEO of Marvel's Farm, who is not just feeding families, but also creating job opportunities with this simple crop you are seeing here, plantains. And today we are out here at his plantain plantations located here in Ido, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. And then we are going to spend the day with him, and he's going to be sharing a lot of details, juicy details, and then, advices and all about owning and running a plantain plantation or a farm like this. So I do hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. Do give this video a thumbs up, share this video, and leave a comment. Okay, I remain your baby girl, DANICA KOSY. Without talking too much, let us dive right into the video. Can you tell us your name? Introduce yourself.
My name is Agribusiness, CEO of Marvelfarmsagroallied product. Generally, I would just say I'm a full-time farmer. Anything that has to do with agriculture, you always find me there. We sell agro machineries. We have a smokehouse. We have a smoked fish, smoked gourmets, exports, actually. Yeah, and then we have a nursery also where we sell seedlings, cocoa, oil palm. I'm here to show you my plantain farm. I want to show you how to do plantain right now in this age.
Oh, wow.
I'm an educated farmer.
Oh, wow.
I'm not just, I'm a very educated one. Let me say, I don't want to brag. Of course, I'm even a master degree holder.
Oh, wow. Please tell them, say that again so that they will know. Because you guys used to think that farmers...
I
used to underrate farmers, though.
I studied sociology in University of Ilorin.
Oh, wow.
I graduated with a second-class upper. Okay, I'm almost done with my master's in employment relations and human resource management in University of Ibadan. Yeah, so we are here on my farm in Kogo, Ido, Iruwa Road, Ibadan. I've heard a lot of people, our forefathers, say, our forefathers, these are they do plantains and everything. But looking at it, trust me, it's going to be a long ride.
For how long have you been a farmer?
I will tell you, I've been a farmer all my life.
Oh, really?
As much as, if you're willing, I could even take you to the way I started.
Wow.
I do fish. I also do fish here.
Okay.
So I could take you to where I started my fish farm. It's not far from here, but I will just tell you basically, I've been a farmer all my life. Growing up, I used to plant in my parents' compound. My father was very hungry because of snakes. He would cut it down.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about commercial farming,
okay,
I'll tell you I started commercial farming officially 2020.
You do both crop and animal farm, right? Which one did you start first? The crop or the animal?
I'll say crops.
So why did you go for crops first?
Yeah, every farmer has a story. I started with plantain then, that was 2020. And that was in Lagelu local government, Shukuru village, Yanofa. The villagers raced down the farm the first time. Then the second time, I said, I'm not doing plantain again, because I realized my mistake. I didn't have money for irrigation. I was still a student back then, I think in my 300 level. So I realized that during the dry season, the plantains were drying before they even raced it down. Then I decided to opt for cassava and maize. I did cassava and maize. Of course, I had my own troubles also. The second time, the villagers raced the farm down again. So that was what made me opt for, I'm not doing this anymore. I said I was not, up to today, I've never set my foot on that farm again. Parents, they had a small tank house in their farm. I started fish farming there, and I liked how it went the first time. I think within that period, I acquired this particular farm. And we started.
Ever since you started this one, how is it going? How has it been going?
Yeah, in the beginning, everybody has challenges. Because then, I was one of those people that believed in, you just have people to get the stuff. Because I was working for a remote company there. Then I was just, let me work on the money, let them grow the farm. But then I had my challenges. But since I quit my job to focus on the farm fully, trust me, it's been a wonderful ride.
Wait a minute, you actually quit your job to become a farmer?
Yeah.
In 2020?
Yeah. No, not after 2020.
Okay, after 2020,
that was
right?
Probably, let's say, end of 2022. So I just wanted something of my own.
Okay.
You understand? That was why I quit the job, because I knew the salary was not going to continue forever.
Out of all the businesses one could do, why did you choose agriculture?
At that moment, I would say, for a young boy growing up, I was making some good amount of money. And I looked at everything. I had the options of choosing the fashion industry. I had the option of choosing, many businesses, oil and gas, setting up a, gas business and a lot of things out there. But I figured that one of the things is my strategy had to be up. I was going to have a lot of competitors. And I'm someone that I love, as much as I love competition, I understand that money is important. You understand? Money is very important. Even if you can have, there's this story that say too much idea, we don't get money, nonsense. So I just decided to, okay, what's the easiest industry to penetrate without a lot of advertisement? That was why I drew, agriculture. And agriculture is something that has been something that I've always loved growing up. It's something I'm very passionate about. Anytime agriculture, in fact, I take agriculture like a baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if I don't come to my farm, I just feel something is wrong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mind is always at my farm. So that is why I chose agriculture.
So why did you choose plantain?
I've tried a lot of crops. I've tried maize, I've tried cassava, I've tried potatoes, I've tried cucumbers, I've tried did I mention yam? Peppers. You understand?
All right.
Although, I still do some of those things.
Okay.
Yes, but large scale. I'm a large scale plantain farmer.
Okay.
And I chose plantain because as a farmer, there's a difference between owning a farm and making money and owning a profitable farm. After I did a lot of maths, I figured what worked best for me was plantain.
Okay.
When it comes to plantain farming, there's a lot of money, if you ask me. You can make money from selling the leaves.
Really?
Yeah, people buy this.
Oh, wow. I bet a lot of you didn't know that, so...
people, they buy it.
Okay.
Some use it to feed their crops. Even the plantain stalk, after harvesting, some people buy it. They use it for feeds for their rabbit farms.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, even the suckers.
Oh, wow.
Take a look at this.
Okay.
This is what we call suckers in plantain farming.
All right.
These two.
Okay.
If it's as a plantain farmer, you sell your suckers and you make money.
All right.
Now, this was planted on April 6th.
This year?
Yes, this year. Wow. And it has suckers already. I can even show you some other plantain. We have some that even have over 10 suckers already. Wow. And each sucker we sell is 250 naira. So imagine without even harvesting, you start making your money. I don't know. Now, let's talk about you sell your leaves.
Okay.
You sell your plantain stalk after harvesting.
Okay. You sell this?
Yes.
That's
people buy it. Yes.
Wow.
For feed, for their rabbits.
Wow.
And then again, you now sell the fruit itself.
Okay.
Do the maths.
Wow. And you sell the suckers as well.
Oh. In fact, that's a lot. In fact, right now, I'm supplying over 20,000. I have a supply of 20,000 tomorrow. Wow. Yeah, and I supply, I think in the span of the last 3 months, I've sold over 100,000 suckers. These are not lies. If you go to my TikTok page, you find it. For example, for our customers in the north, in the east, due to the cost of transport for some, I just link them up with farms that we set up for people who buy suckers from this person. As long as I know the person contacted us to get suckers, and they sell a very good variety. What we have here is elephant giants.
Wait a minute, are they different types?
Yeah, they are different fruits. Yes, they are different species of plantain actually.
All right, elephant giants is the best.
The question of what is the best, it's all dependent on you.
Okay.
Some people say they are buying hybrid Cameroonian. Some people prefer hybrid Cameroonian. Some people prefer elephant giants. But if anybody's reaching out, I always advise them to get elephant giants because to me, elephant giant is what suits the most. To me, I mean, for commercial farming, elephant giants is what I would advise people to. Of course, you see the fruits. You see how huge some of our fruits are.
Oh wow! How big is your farm?
This particular farm is where I bring people to and show them. It's 24,000 square meters.
Okay, 6 acres, right?
Yes, this particular farm.
Okay, so you have other ones where you do plantains.
Yes. This is
serious?
Yes.
Oh wow!
This is. I mean, this was nearly planted in on April 6th.
Oh,
as you can see, I can see they are growing well. I mean,
very well.
By February we should start harvesting.
That's next year.
Yes, by February next year we'll start harvesting. If you're planting elephant giants, within 9 to 12 months you should have your first harvest. Of course, they are not going to mature at the same time because, of course, the ages of suckers we planted at different age. So some might start fruiting from 8 months, from 9 months. But one thing is very sure: by 12 months, you have a huge percentage of your harvest already.
Do you harvest all season or?
Well, I mentioned something earlier that they are all not going to mature
at the same time. Yeah.
So I can tell you, first of all, plantain matures only once in a year. But by the time I showed you something the other than sucker.
The suckers, yeah.
By the time the sucker replaces it, probably you can see that sucker is growing already. That sucker probably is growing at 1 month, and the mother plant is already maybe at 5 months.
Okay.
So by the time it gets, the mother is at 12 months, the plant will probably be at 7 months. Okay. So that means we're harvesting almost 5 months after. Yes, I harvest all year round because we're irrigating.
Okay.
The other time when we were coming, you saw me coming with some pipes.
Yeah.
We are planning to irrigate this plant. I mean, we've laid some pipes. If we walk around, I can show you some of the pipes. We've laid them. Okay. The bore is round there, and we use a solar pumping machine here just to save cost instead of us spending money on petrol. Right. So we have tanks already bought. That's one of the tanks over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's yes.
You already have 2 up there.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the one more is gonna join.
Okay.
And there we have a stand, like the tank stand where the water runs from the bowl to that place, and the bowl in turn supplies it using a drip irrigation. Also, just in case of I love to prepare for, let's say, sudden unforeseen circumstances. We're also going to be using a rain gun to water the plants.
Okay.
Yes, just because we have let's say a pond at the back where we can use to supply water from the pond to the rain gun to irrigate during dry season.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I have actually spoken with some farmers who are into plantain farming, and they don't do irrigation farming. According to them, it's kind of you just plant your plantains and then you just let it be, and then it continues growing that way. They don't even use fertilizers. Is there any reason why you do all those?
First of all, the reasons why I always tell people to irrigate their plantain farms is number one. I'm a business-minded person. As much as I love agriculture, as long as I'm passionate, I always ensure whenever I set up a new plantain farm, the first thing I try to make sure is that I have my bulk load of plantains harvested during the dry season.
Okay.
And the dry season, when plantain, that is the peak period of plantain farming. And the peak period is when when plantain is very expensive. Now, peak period starts from somewhere around March to late or mid-July. Then plantain is, and the reason I'm timing my plantains to be, aside from making money, is setting up this kind of farm is very expensive.
All right.
The cost of irrigation alone, it runs in millions.
Yeah, I know.
You understand? Now, the reason why we irrigate is so we can have plantains in dry season. Most of these farmers that are rain-fed farmers,
okay,
they have plantains probably from July to February.
Yeah, right.
And how much do they sell plantain at that point? They are probably selling plantain. Maybe if you're buying from market, you're probably buying plantains for 5,000 naira per bunch, 4,000 naira per bunch.
Oh, because it's everywhere at that point.
Yeah, okay. But when you are in the when you are at the peak period for plantain farmers, you can sell a very good bunch for 15,000 naira. So that is the reasons why we are doing irrigation here. And another thing is, if you wait for rain, by the time you get to December, if you are not at the riverside, your plantains will start drying up. Remember I told you earlier I started with plantain, and that was one of the problems I had. When it got to, I even planted at July there, July, August, September, October, November. When I visited this farm in December, the plantains were drying up already. So now the problem is when the plantain lacks water. Of course, plantain conserves water, but the water, let's say without rain, it can go 1 month, 2 months. But when the dry season persists, the stalk starts drying up. And by the time it starts drying up, when the first rain falls, if you notice when it goes to dry season, the first rain that falls comes with a lot of wind. The winds will blow, and that's when you have plantains that collapse.
Okay.
Now, when the plantains collapse and they break, what happens next? It will continue from where it was when the rains resume.
All right.
And then at that point, probably the plantain was here before.
Okay.
By the time the rain starts falling, you understand, and it's fruiting, it's going to fruit as probably this, and the fruits will be very small.
Okay.
Although, after the first 2 years of plantain is already grounded. It does not really need irrigation.
Okay.
Yes. But when it comes to fertilizers, okay, now, you can look at my farm. Okay. Some people might argue that it's bushy. But let me explain something to you.
All right.
Now, can you look at the base?
Yeah, the base of the
plantain.
Yeah.
As much as you can look at the base of the plantain, you can understand that every base of the plantain you have here has at least, let's say, 50 centimeter gap.
Okay.
That is clear. What we did here is called ring weeding.
Okay.
And after ring weeding, we prune the leaves of the plantain.
Okay.
Look at, we cut the leaves because, this plantain, you can even see water here. Plantain is retaining water.
Okay,
you can see.
Please come and show them the water.
You can see it has water.
You can see here very well.
Yeah. Once we prune the leaves, because as they are growing, they are also taking nutrients from the plantain, but the plantain does not obviously need the leaves. Okay. So we cut the plantain and use it to mulch, or also serves as fertilizer.
Okay, you cut part of the leaf.
Yes, we cut the leaves. You can look at this part that we cut.
That part. Okay, use it to mulch.
Mulching.
Okay.
Mulching is the process of, trying to conserve the soil in terms of the water, and also to prevent grass from growing. And also, it also serves as fertilizer for the crops itself, for the plantain itself. Okay. Yeah. And here on this farm, we use organic and inorganic fertilizers. Okay. Over there, we have bags of manure gotten from a poultry around here that we use to fertilize the plantains. Now, we fertilize because, number one, first thing is, imagine as a human being, you eat rice every day of your life. Okay. Imagine eating rice every day of your life. Of course, you're going to be malnourished.
It's true, you're right.
And aside from that, for example, people can argue to tell you that plantain is plantain does not need fertilizer. Our forefather used to do it back in the days. I can tell you something. Harvest plantain for 10 years straight. Okay. On this place, harvest plantain for 10 years straight, and tell me if the fruits that you harvested the first time will be the same by the 10th year. Yeah. If you walk through our plantations, you can see most of our plantains, they have almost equal fruits because of our fertilizers. Okay. If you look at them, they are fruiting giantly, the same way others are fruiting. Okay. I don't think we don't have small plantains, or we don't have no. We have every plantain because we feed them. Okay. It is what you feed your plants that they will give you when you harvest. Oh, wow. And when you come to fertilizer, we have a fertilizer. Schedule on this farm. Okay. We use foliar, we use organic, and we use inorganic. Okay. Yeah, foliar fertilizers are just like what they call you apply just liquid fertilizers that you apply. Okay. And manure, of course, we use chicken manure here, and we use the likes of like NPK and urea. What is the biggest lie you've heard about farming or farmers? The biggest lie I've heard is that farming is easy. Okay. One of the things people know is, number one, farming is very expensive. Okay. Farming, a poor man, sorry to say, cannot do farming. All right. And make money. And lastly, farming is easy. Whenever you want to set up a farm, you buy a sucker, at least you're spending over 250,000 for an acre, using a 2x2 meter spacing. You're spending 250,000. The cost of planting, and you have labor. I am not of the view of I tell people that, you just plant and leave, especially now that we have incidences of Fulani headsmen and thefts. Okay. So it's best to have workers living on a farm. Okay. Trust me, I'll pay your workers salary monthly. By the time you calculate the cost, if we were to use the minimum wage monthly, calculate it, and trust me, you're not going to leave one person in the bush. At least you're going to leave 2 people.
Yeah, it's true.
Calculate it times 12. And then, you know, of course, you yourself, you're going to come here with transport. Every time I come to the farm, I spend 20,000 naira on fuel. And if I say I'm not coming every day, let's say I come 3 times in a week, or let's say 2 times, that's 40,000 naira weekly. 40,000 naira, that's 160,000 naira to come to this place. Now do the maths. By the time you do your maths, you have your cost of production, and then you're reading that farming.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's
Yes.
a lot. So what about the biggest lies you've heard about farmers, or people believe about farmers?
Many people believe farmers are poor people.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think I've said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing is people believe that you know, when you are doing farming for retirement.
Okay.
I don't see farming as a retirement plan.
Okay.
I see it as an everyday business.
Oh,
I mean, one way or the other, even the richest man in Africa is a farmer.
okay.
Dangote.
Yeah. Of
He
course.
has a fertilizer plant. If he believes agriculture is for poor people, he won't be doing a fertilizer. He won't have a fertilizer plant. Boa processes sugar. Where do they get sugar from? They source from the farm, and they know how much they buy these things. Compared to last year or years back, we know how much we buy things to now.
We keep saying that young people, the youth, and everybody should go into farming and, you know, go into agribusiness. Let me not just say farming. What do you think is stopping young people from going into farming in Nigeria?
The number one is the issue of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Financial
Constraints.
constraints.
Okay.
I mean, to set up a farm, buy chemicals, even land. Apart from money, we have other factors. We have the insecurity.
Insecurity. Okay.
I mean, you can come to your farm. In this place, we even have food and herdsmen. If you notice, we've done wire fencing for that side, like
yeah.
chain link, to protect the farm from them allowing their cows straight into the farm. Although there have been instances where my boys will catch their cows, lock it up in our generator house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm serious.
And they don't retaliate.
They don't retaliate, no.
Okay.
They are at least copped in this area to some extent.
All right.
Because
okay.
the government has these people they call Amotekun. And aside from that, land grabbers. That's
Okay.
a problem.
Right.
You can look at this place.
Okay. Okay.
They just came. We have some people farming there, even at the back.
All right.
They came. They just said they've collected their land, bulldozed their land, and that was it.
Really?
They had crops on it.
Really?
Yes.
That's a lot. And that's somebody's money.
That's someone's money. But the man could not talk because he's not the owner of the land. The other person just kept him there as security.
Okay.
And when he reached out to the person was having some personal issues.
Okay.
So he could not, at that moment, that was not his concern.
Okay.
And now they've sold it off to some group of people. Imagine, you just come, you've planted and all of that, and next thing we have people
Yeah.
trying to just snatch the land and waste your money. Like, imagine spending lots of money.
Lots of money.
And yeah, those are part of things. And then the issue of staffs,
Okay.
labor, getting labor. Right now,
It's difficult.
many people don't want to farm.
You're right.
No, or let me say, the youth, or let's say workers, laborers are
Okay.
scarce. Even if you get laborers, they steal from you. Some of them steal from
you're
you.
right. You're right.
So if you look at that kind of situation, you might be like, oh, I've had people, a lot of people reach out to me. This is what I'm facing on my farm. This is it. They don't even want to work. I'm paying them. It's not as if you're not even paying them. So those are things that, disturb, or let me say, scare youths away from investing
farming.
in farming.
So if you had access to the government, what would you tell them? What do you think they can do to improve the number of people that go into agriculture in Nigeria or something?
The first thing I would say is government should make machineries available in each local government.
Okay.
Like I said, because, I'm a little bit popular on social media.
Yeah.
A lot of people reach out to me, they need tractors to clear their farm, and there is no way. The ones that get, they probably, because it is owned by an individual, the individual charges them a lot, like way above what even manual labor would do.
Okay.
Then secondly, I'll tell the government that apart from machineries, they should try to, make grants available for serious farmers. Before you can even give anybody money, you need to be able to know or sure that they have the knowledge of what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Some people just go into agriculture and they don't have a plan. Some don't even research the markets before they dive into it.
You're right.
So when they produce, they now start looking for buyers. Some don't. They even want to go. They want to go into agriculture, and they don't even know what to farm. It is what you tell them that they intend to, that they will go and do.
Yeah.
So you understand?
I understand that.
There has to be a checklist that needs to be ticked before grants are given
to people.
So we have plantain intercropped with potatoes.
Many people think farmers are poor despite working so hard. So why do you think that is?
I'm going to explain something.
Okay.
First of all, when you own a farm, many people think farming.
Okay.
Like they take the farm as their means of livelihood.
Okay.
Here in my farm, I pay myself salary.
All right.
So it is not everything I sell that I take the profit as mine.
Mm-hmm.
A huge percentage goes to the business, and then a percentage comes to myself. It makes it easy for me to scale the business. For example, if I'm using a 70-30 percentage, if I sell and I make, let's say, 100,000 naira profits, I give myself 30,000 naira. 70,000 naira goes to the business accounts. From there, of course, I would have calculated the cost of operations and all of that. We have 70,000 naira in the business.
Okay.
If we do that 10 more times, we have 700,000.
Wow.
So I will survive on 30,000 naira. So definitely, I know if I want to up myself to 50,000 naira, that means I have to put more effort into the farm. And from the money in the business, I can easily buy more lands and farm. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I understand what you're saying.
So a lot of farmers out there, they just, I made 350,000 for this cassava. That is my money.
Yeah.
They just buy, and next year they go back to look for money to farm.
Okay.
Yeah. Aside from that, some farmers, their selling strategy is very, how do I put it? It's something that it's really, really surprises me. There are different ways to make money in farming.
Okay.
You can sell per kg or per ton. Most farmers, they sell using the local management.
Yeah, 12 bunch plantain.
You understand?
Yeah, something like that.
If I'm selling, I sell in kgs.
Okay.
I name my price for you in kgs. You understand?
Okay.
So a random person out there, for example, if you go and buy plantains from a random person out there, they'll tell you, say, this one 5,000. But me, there's no matter what you're buying, even if you're my friend, we scale it and I tell you this is the price we are buying per kg. So many farmers, for example, you can have a fruit as big as this, they can sell it for 5,000. Then when you have a fruit as small as this, they sell it for 2,000 naira.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you should have used a scale to scale it. One of the mistakes I made the first time I sold my corn was I sold my dry corn in bags.
Okay.
So in the process of, I knew they used to sell per ton, but because I could not afford a thresher at that point, I said, it's almost the same thing, let me just sell. I harvested over 70 bags. When they did the way they measure in the markets, after they did everything, I ended up selling just 13 bags at 10,000 naira per bag. When we threshed, there were some that, my boys threshed less than a quarter bag. By the time I scaled it and did the math, that 20 kg would have gone for 10,000 naira.
Okay.
And if I now use my height to calculate how much I'm very sure I've harvested, I lost maybe 30,000 naira per bag.
Wow.
So many farmers need to know their, they need to also add a little bit more effort to, to whatever they produce. That will save them from losing money.
So what other opportunities do you see in agriculture?
There are a lot of opportunities.
Apart from farming, yeah.
There are a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
You can be an exporter.
Okay.
Right now, I am starting to venture, or let me say I've ventured into exporting.
Okay.
I get orders from abroad, from, foreign countries. We need sesame seeds. What do? I have a warehouse. I buy from people
other
around.
Farmers as well.
I buy from other farmers.
Okay.
Put in the warehouse. They make their money. I export. I make my own money. You can be an exporter. You don't even need to go through the process of financing the deal. You can also be a middleman.
Okay.
I have a friend. I noticed he used to have a fish farm. Then suddenly, he stopped having a fish farm. And still he sells fish. I'm like, why are you selling fish? Like, you have a fish farm. He said, I should not worry. Then he sat me down one day. He said, he sells 2,000. He said he buys from farmers 2,700 naira per kg. I said he sells to hotels. He sells to bars. He said he sells 150 kg every weekend. He makes an average of that's, let's say 300 naira spread. By the time you remove cost of petrol and everything, he has 200 naira per kilo times 1 kg. 200 times 150, that's 300,000 naira.
Oh, wow.
In a month, he makes 1.2 million naira from just buying fish from people.
From people, I understand.
Being a middleman, supplying hotels and all of that. So there are many opportunities that even at this moment I can't really wrap my head around. But trust me, there are many opportunities out there.
How many plants do you have here?
6,000 plants. But if you were to add the suckers, I mean, I can categorically we have more than 15,000, but let's just say 6,000.
6,000 just for the plantain. Yeah. So what do you think it takes to start and own a plantation? Like, how much do you need to start?
The question is a bit huge, you know.
Okay, let me narrow it down a little bit. Okay. How much do you think it would cost someone that wants to start 1 acre of plantain?
1 acre. Well, give or take. I was advise the person irrigate. Minus irrigation, you need just give or take 250,000 to plant the suckers.
Okay.
To buy the suckers.
Okay.
Then you have to, weed, get the land.
So plus irrigation.
Plus irrigation. Well, for an acre, you have to. Well, you can either irrigate using your rivers. You understand? You use river to irrigate. I mean, or you use drip irrigation. If you were to do drip irrigation minus the drip irrigation, give or take, let's say somewhere around 750,000. For 1 acre.
So what are the challenges that you face as a farmer or associated with plantain farming? Yeah. Okay.
Theft is one of the biggest enemies of plantain farmers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you don't have workers on your farm, someone can just come to your plantain. Oh, see that big bunch, cut it off.
Just cut it.
And the person will go. And you not catch the person.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we have staffs on the farm that are living on the farm and we're able to mitigate that. Wind also. Finances to run irrigation.
All right.
I mean, irrigation is very expensive, but I mean, that's a challenge for some farmers.
Is it profitable, agribusiness? How profitable is it?
If farming was not profitable, you won't be seeing me here.
Yeah.
I drive a V8 for Christ's sake. Okay. That's 20,000 naira every time I come to the farm.
Okay.
Nobody will be, permits me to use the word foolish enough to spend that huge amount coming here every week. If it's not profitable.
You said you are into both crop and animal farming.
Yeah.
Which is more profitable between the two?
The concept of more profitable depends on who is handling it again. But for me, I'll choose crops anytime, any day.
Okay.
Because I love to see where my money is.
Okay, all right.
I mean, although to some extent, you can quantify if something is wrong with your plantain, with your chickens, your goats, your fishes.
Okay.
And sometimes, mortality. But in plants, as long as you know your way around it.
Yeah.
Many people will argue with me, but in plants, as long as you know your way around it, I feel it will be easy for you to mitigate around it. I mean, around every unforeseen circumstance.
Yeah, I've actually asked a farmer the same question I asked you, and they chose crops too as well.
Yeah.
Crops.
Apart from that, to run crops, crops are not expensive, if you ask me. Crops are not expensive.
Okay.
On my fish farm, if I'm feeding 1,000 fishes right now, if I'm not using local waste, I spend nothing less than, give or take, 2.3 million per 1,000 fish.
Oh, wow.
And that money, I know how many plantains I will set up or buy.
Yeah.
Remember the other time I was saying that by the time you harvest this one will probably be 7 months.
Okay.
This is an example.
Okay.
If you look around, you don't see any other sucker. We've removed them. Now take a look at this. This is probably somewhere around 11 months. And this one was probably born 6 months ago.
Okay.
So in the next 5 months, it should be fruiting.
Okay, that is why you remove one and leave one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that, there will not be too much there. So that's one of the advantages of planting farming.
Oh.
You don't have to plant again from the beginning.
Yeah.
You don't have to plant again. Yeah.
Not like us that buy seeds every day.
Exactly. I don't buy seeds every day. Maybe I wait to establish a new farm. See this one now. This one has just been born. You can see.
Okay.
This one has just been born. This was the only one there.
Okay.
You'll remove it soon. If you check around. Those are one of the things that we'll do. Okay, now let me show you a very good example. Compare that plantain over there.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the difference.
You can see they are crowded there.
Yeah.
That's why the fruits
is small. Okay.
But you can see these ones, they are spaced, and we don't allow suckers to grow too much.
Okay.
Before we uproot them. If you look at our suckers, you will probably see that none of them have too much suckers around. They have only one sucker or so. This one is just a new sucker, newly born. And it will be uprooted soon. There's something about manure. This is manure, chicken manure, that has been applied at the base of the plantain to give it nutrients to grow. And as you can see, after applying it, these ones are freshly cut leaves from here that we pruned. So we just leave the roots at the base. This is also a method of containing weed in plantain farming. Because once they are here, the sun will keep beating them. They will stop any plants from growing around it. And also, it helps the plantain growing to focus more on these leaves vegetatively. Rather than, to be giving this one food, they're now still giving this one's food. Yes, if you look inside too, you'll find water again. I'm very sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be water there.
Exactly. So the plantain keeps water in the stalk. This is a typical example of elephant giant.
All right.
So many people say plantain loves water land.
Water?
Now let me show you something. As much as plantain loves water, plantain does not love a waterlogged land. If you can look at every other plant, I look at those ones there. They are over, give or take, let me say, 14 months. And they are yet to fruit, and they are still stunted.
Wow.
Now take a look at it. You can see, even if the plantain is drying, as much as it has water, it is struggling to live.
Yeah.
Because of the water. If you go a bit further, you are going to see, even this one. You see, the water will not even allow it to have rest of mind. You can see it's even shaking already.
Yeah, so much water.
It is boring inside.
So what advice do you have for people that would like, intending farmers?
I just learned this word. It says, before you go hard, go soft first. Most farmers, they start very strong, they go all in, and after a year, they are out. Why? Because it doesn't go the way they planned the first year. The idea of, by the end of your 1 year, you'll be in a lot of money. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, or most times. So many people, because they are unable to meet the expectations, they just feel farming is not profitable. So I advise farmers to, start small, then gradually scale. When you start small, you probably know like a majority of the obstacles, or you already know your way around the markets. Also avoid thefts, the places to get your chemicals, to avoid, being cheated, or to avoid being underbought, or your goods underpriced. And also for people who are just starting, I advise them to, have a mentor. Aside from having a mentor, don't ask around from too much people. Many people compare from A, B, C, D, E to get one. If you do like this, you're going to get a lot of conflicting advices. In agriculture, A plus B plus C might give it D. But in farm A, in farm D, Z plus B might give it D. So if you take advices from different people, I have my ways of doing my things. Mr. B has his way of doing his things. It might not work out for you. If you take from this, take from this, take from this. I always advise to have 1 or 2 people you consult or ask from. Then you select what you want to do. For example, when I started fresh farming, I asked a lot of people. And unfortunately, I also need to chip in something. There's something called asking the right people. I asked a lot of wrong people, and I was told 13 bags will feed your fish, 1,000 fishes to 1 kg. I stocked 5,000, and unfortunately I ended up feeding over 300 bags.
Wow.
Imagine if I didn't have the financial capability. Trust me, I would have left. I would have even ended the project. So many people are misinformed right even before they started the projects. Because at then, I think a bag was going for, give or take, let's say 8,000, 9,000, depending on the size. And I was supposed to feed just 13, and I ended up feeding over 300.
Wow.
And that was the reason why I even ended up feeding 300 was because I even made my own research to understand that for each fish to attain 1 kg, they needed to eat 1 kg, an average of 1 kg feed.
What about the market? How is it?
Market is one of the easiest things you can have in agriculture. Personally, I've had over 10 companies in Ibadan reach out to me to supply them. I mean, all these companies, some of them are food restaurants. One of the biggest supermarkets in Ibadan, oldest and biggest, has reached out to me to supply our branches here in Ibadan, even in Lagos, Plantain, wicked. Yeah. And even if you want to sell to the local market, you just need to harvest your plantains, or you just need to go to the market, pre-inform them you want to bring your plantains. For example, I've had like 3 people call me from K2, Ochata in Lagos. Just bring your plantain. One even promised me that even if I have, there's this shop they call 911. If I have 2, he's going to sell it for me. Then I'll give my money that money.
Oh, wow.
So when it comes to farming, I mean, as long as you can talk, even if you can't talk, as long as you can write,
okay.
you'll sell.
What advice do you have for the youths out there?
Youths out there, well,
Yeah.
the truth is, or let me just say, everyone generally, I'm just going to give you this advice.
Okay.
What is yours is yours.
Yeah.
And it can never be taken from you.
Wow.
So if you've been thinking of going into agriculture,
Okay.
I came about a Bible verse yesterday. The Bible said, if anybody that waits for permit me to paraphrase.
All right.
If you wait for the rain to sow, you will not plant. And if you wait for the winds, you will not harvest. Or something like that. Maybe if you wait for the wind, you will not harvest. If you wait for the rain, you will not harvest. Something like that. So it means don't wait for all conditions to be fulfilled before you start. Start with what you have. Put your mind, be consistent, and grow with it. The sky is your limits. When you sell to the final consumers, you make more money because you are buying in units. But when you sell to companies, I mean, they are buying in bulk. That means it comes at a little bit more discounted rate. So I sell to everybody.
You said something about setting up farms. So if people watching this video right now want to set up their farm, or they want to set up a plant, is it only plantation that you help people set up for now?
I do plantain and oil palm.
An oil palm, okay. So anyone watching this video that wants you to help them set up their farm, is that something you can do?
Oh, that's the easiest thing. I mean, we set up farms regularly. We are at Abeokuta yesterday. No, on Friday. We'll be in Abeokuta. I mean, to 3 farms this coming week.
Okay.
And in fact, we've been to Delta, we've been to Cross River, we've been to Oshun, and we've been to a lot of states to sell farms. It's something we do every day of our life.
Wow.
And our clients are very happy.
Wow. So if you need any of his services, he said something about selling equipments, right?
Yeah, we sell machinery.
Yeah. And all of that, any of his services that you need. So his contact is going to be in the description box, of the video, so you can always contact him. All right, so you guys, that will be all for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share this video, and leave a nice comment. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. I love you guys.